Meritto is the operating system for student recruitment and enrollment trusted by 1,200 plus educational organizations globally. From fast-moving tech company to large legacy institutions. Every year, we power 1 million student engagement, respond to over 100 million inquiries, and manage over 5 billion applications, all from one powerful platform. And Relevant by Meritto is our way of bringing this spotlight to you through live sessions packed with product innovation, best practices, and peek into what next in the education technology. Joining me with me today are the two artists mind, who is for us, and one of our most energetic members, Sarthak. These two have been the driving force behind the new product launch and many enhancements which will be taking you. So be prepared for some live demos, sharp insight, and may even few surprises. So let's get started. So now that we are all settled in through what is for today. This webinar, we will talk to the enhancement we rolled out in quarter one of financial year 2025, and I say this time we have gone full throttle. We have worked across every stage of student enrollment, right from the lead generation to data export, with the goal of making our operations faster, more intelligent, and lot more seamless. And of course, we will be showing all this not just in theory, but through and through demos. So without any further delay, let's jump into the first set of the update. So, all right, let's begin with what truly one of the most exciting launch this quarter. One and only Mio AI by Meritto, your institution smartest new teammate. But before I go on about what makes Mio AI different, let's do it. We'll play a short video. Watch it not just with your mind, but your imagination. This is what agentic AI feels when it starts working with your institution. Your digital teammate, a virtual workspace built for education from the ground up. Just before telling you about the Mio AI, let me just tell you what agentic AI can do in education organization. Let's think of an example or situation. A student calls your helpline at the midnight. Your team is offline, but Mio voice agent picks up, qualifies the lead, and logs the conversation. You cannot think of the another case where you cannot analyze 500 calls a week, right? Mio call analysis agent listen, summarizes, and flags objection. Have brochures across the website that need updating. Mio content agent rewrites and adapts them instantly. And those cold leads sitting idle, Mio automation agent follow up and on time and personalized nudges them for the conversion. Some of the agents are already live, which we will be discussing in the later stage, but and others are the part of the powerful future we are building with the Mio AI. Now let's lift the hood a bit and see what Mio can do, or what is the architecture, how on what particular thing the Mio has been built on. Yes. So in this, I would be telling you how a Mio is being built. So what is there in the backend which actually giving the easing the process. So let's say a user comes in and writes his query. A student asks, "Is my scholarship still valid?" That message doesn't go to the human first. It reaches the Mio agent. The agent does three smart things instantly: understand the intent, second, figure out whether to call a function or fetch from the knowledge or talk to an LLM. So we have integrated the three LLMs that are Claude, OpenAI, and Llama. And third, it produces right responses based on the history, context, and the data. How does it do? It is powered what we call it Mio code. That is a rack, a knowledge hub that continuously learning from your portals, docs, FAQs, chat, forms, even structured or unstructured data. This is what makes Mio different. The core is like the brain. It breaks the content into the meaningful chunks, embeds it, and make it instantly searchable and usable. And when a response is needed, it passes the baton to an LLM like GPT, Claude, or Llama to generate a natural human-like answer, contextual and polite. If your query requires an action like updating a record, sending an email, or triggering a workflow, the function called API invoked directly by Mio agent. This makes Mio not just an informative but an actionable. So let's talk about what we already have in the Meritto. So next. So at present, we have launched two purpose-built agents and they are running on account as we speak. One is the student admission portal agent, answering applicant queries, guiding them through steps for getting the admission, and reducing support load with the multilingual and context-aware support. The other is the Mio website agent. It greets the visitor instantly, captures and qualifies leads, and holds personalized data-driven conversation from the moment someone lands on your website. These autonomous agents listen, learn, adapt to your institution tone, logic, and priorities, and getting sharper with every interaction. So as well, no, student today expect instant answer. Like delays mean drop offs. Like it actually creates a irritation in a student. Like they can come at any point of a time. Mio AI is there to help it out. And if I talk about for the counselor, they are overwhelmed with the repeated query, admission processes like the inquiries about the fees, deadlines, code details. And when the information is scattered across the brochure, website, or feed, it can be hard to navigate or inconsistent. This caused the institution lose out of the high intent lead due to slow follow-ups or the unavailability during the nights or a weekend. And at times, manual handling remains zero scale and limited personalization. That's where Mio AI changes the game. It gives instant answer 24/7 trained on your content. Understand student question intent and answer smartly. Support multi-language and cater to diverse student backgrounds or geography. It captures, qualifies, and routes lead intelligently to the platform. And most importantly, frees up the bandwidth of your counselor and to focus on high-value conversation. You must kill tirelessly intelligent admission assistant. Now let's have a look how Mio works with the Meritto platform. So in this, I will be sharing my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Yes, so this is a Mio AI portal in Meritto. So at first instance is the agent builder. So at present we have two agents as I already mentioned. The first agent is for the student admission portal and the second agent is for the website. As I already mentioned, we are planning to launch many more agents. So all the agents would be coming up over this screen. As Mio AI, you have the flexibility to design your agent as per your need. So you just have to click on the edit button, wherein you could define your own AI Mio name as per your organization, the description, response delay, greeting message, role description, and fallback message. Fallback message in the sense when there is any unorthodox or some question which are not relevant, this answer would be coming up for the applicants. You could also change their appearance, like what assistant timeline should be, what section title should be, what section description should be, and in fact, you could also customize as per your brand. Your what would be the primary color, secondary color, or tertiary color. In fact, you could also customize your font style to regular, medium, or bold. And yes, font size can also be customizable. Here, it's a like the conversation. It is a list of the conversation for which with whom the Mio agent have communicated. So in this way, the Mio agent can be configured. Now comes the most interesting part, that is the AI brain. In this section, we would be telling you how you can build how you could train the AI. like you have the data, you have the website, you have the document, PDF, and everything. Using that, you could actually train your AI. If you want to upload a link, you just have to click on add URL, define the URL, and name the URL. And when you click on the add URL and the status become completed, that means AI brain is ready for the content which is there on the website. If anyone would ask any question on in regards to website, Mio AI is capable of answering the same. In fact, if you have the document, like the document around the FAQs, the hostel facilities, or the co-curricular activities, if you want to upload them and train that thing to the Mio, it is again a few clicks job. You just have to click on add document, define the name of the document, and choose the file from which the Mio agent would be trained. And trust me, it is also a second job. And once you click select the document and click on add document, that document would be added, and applicants who would be asking the question in regards to that particular document would be answerable. And last but not the least, you could also upload the Q&A logs by just clicking on the add Q&A logs, write the question as well as write the answer. In in three ways, we can train the AI brain to answer any type of a query which the applicant have in regards to your institution. In the third section, we have the improved agent, wherein you would be getting a list of the unhelpful content or the helpful content. Before telling you about the unhelpful or helpful, let me tell you what are these. So let's say if I am an applicant coming onto the website, I am communicating with Mio, and I find that conversation very interesting, like helpful for me, then I have the option of marking as thumbs up, which means this conversation is helpful to me. In contrary to this, if let's say I'm having a conversation and that conversation is not helpful for me, it is not giving me the right answer, I have that option to mark it as unhelpful. And in this particular section, you'll get the list of all the unhelpful conversation wherein you could read all the chat what actually happened in this particular conversation. And if suppose you want to get trained this for this particular questions as well, you can do it by just clicking on the add button and just write the answer. Then in future, if any other applicant or the same applicant coming on the website and ask the similar type of a question, our new agent is ready for it. He can answer it. It's such a powerful feature it is. And again, the helpful feature in this, you will get the list of all the conversation for which the applicant or the student coming onto the landing page or student admission portal have clicked on the helpful button. Here, if you want to read the conversation, again you can do it by just clicking on this and browse it to the conversation. Now, the last section is the activity logs. If there is any change in the Mio AI configuration, you could track it by going onto this particular page. Now, this was all about how to configure Mio AI. Now, if you want to gain insight how Mio AI is working, or what type of how many conversations it had, you could do that also. You just have to navigate to the Mio AI insight. When you click on the Mio AI insight, here you get the insight about the Mio, like the total conversation. So let me just brief you what the total conversation is. So in a window of 24 hours, our applicant is interacting with Mio AI, that would be counted as one conversation. And in one conversation, an applicant can have multiple messages. It could be hundreds, 200, totally dependent on the conversation in 24 hours. Then this section would tell you how many unique students have landed and asked the question about your institution from the landing page or be it from the student admission portal. And in this section, it would give you the brief idea about what, like in a particular conversation, that is in a particular 24-hour window, how many average messages were there in the whole conversation. Like as I can see, as of now, average of 8 messages were there in a particular conversation. In this section, you will get an idea how many people or the student have clicked on the thumbs up button. That is, they find the conversation helpful. And in this section, you could see how many students had actually clicked on the thumbs down button. That means they do not find the conversation helpful. In this scenario, you have to take action. You have to train the Mio AI. As I already mentioned, like going to the AI agent page. This graph would actually let you know the comparison of number of conversation with the months. Like with the time, have my chats or the conversation have increased? You could track now. As I already mentioned, Mu is supported with multi languages. Then you could also have a look in how many languages does Mu have done the conversation with the student. As of now, I can see English, Hindi, Telugu, Punjabi, and French. These are the languages on which the student have asked or had a conversation with Mu. See, as, one Mu can do multiple things. Such a powerful feature. Now going back to the slide. So this is what Mu AI can do. Now before moving further, we have Mu with us. So Mu wants to interact with you. Mu, can you please say hi to everyone? Okay. If you have any question about Mu or anything we discussed today, just drop it in the chat. Mu will answer in the real time basis. Okay, now moving on to the next set of enhancement, I would request Way to take you through it.
Thanks, Evan, for the wonderful introduction of Mio. There's no doubt that Mio AI brings a powerful set of capabilities when it comes to enhancing the enrollment experience. Now let's move to another powerful launch that gives more control, more flexibility, and complete transparency over communication credit across the Meritto platform. I'm excited to introduce METS, the Meritto engagement and transactional system. METS is your centralized rechargeable credit that fuels your all your student engagement and communication activities across system channel like email, WhatsApp, SMS, NIA, and Mio AI. Now here the best part is instead of juggling and separate recharge for each channel, with METS you can recharge once and receive METS on like our universal communication credit with Meritto platform, and you can use them across any channel based on your evolving campaign needs on the fly. So essentially you are working on METS with one flexible balance. Let's talk now how METS is useful on your day-to-day basis, like on daily operations piece. So one of the standout feature of METS is METS allocation. You can easily allocate, reallocate, or swap your METS between channels as per your need. Here is a like example. I just give you example to showcase how this can be helpful. So just considering a scenario, there is a institute. They are performing their email campaigns and they have like a higher campaigns planned in future. But on the fly, after executing couple of campaigns of email, they realize that WhatsApp campaigns are performing far better than the email. So here, what can be done with METS? There is no need to raise a support ticket or raise a kind of different recharge process for WhatsApp. Simply, what can be done? Just few clicks can be done on the METS only, and simply email credits can be moved to the email METS can be moved to the WhatsApp, and further it can be used by user as per their requirement. So that's the power of MET, one recharge and full control. Another key feature, if I say so, it's the transparency piece which we have covered with METS release. So METS come with a real-time dashboard that give you complete visibility on your total available METS, the kind of consumption you have done. Also, it give bifurcation of allocated and unallocated METS. Also, you can go through and get the details on the channel-wise bifurcation of users. So this simply solve your use case. You can simply track what has been spent, when it has been spent, and where it has been spent. So this can be tracked with METS. Let me take you through like a quick walkthrough of METS. So I would like request Sarthak to just move to another slide. So this is the glance view of Mats. Here you can see adjacent to settings, there is a icon that's Mats. If user click on the Mats piece, so this is the glance view on which user will land. So here, this is the total available Mats card, which can be referred for the actual available net available current for the total Mats. Here you can see there are multiple cards. For email, there is special card. For all channels, there's a different card. Here you can see if we go channel like card wise, so total available mats is somewhere around 50,000. Also, there is unallocated mats and allocated mats. So as of now, you can see there is no allocation of mats, but we all mats are into the unallocated category. So what can be done if you just a sec. So what can be done in case if you want to allocate your mats to any particular channel, if you want to define to any particular channels, simply what can be done, you can click on this particular allocate quota button. Once you click on allocate quota button, a pop-up will be open. Here for all the channels, you can enter a particular mats amount which you want to use, and simply that can be mapped with particular channel. On real-time basis, you can see all the values has been updated with respect to all the cards like email, SMS, WhatsApp, all the channel has been updated with the actual values. Just taking example of SMS quota, here you can see all the details like total available, domestic, international, and all the units which can be seen. Same way for WhatsApp also, you can see your marketing, utility, and your service pricing by simply clicking on +5 icon. So this will give a clear visibility about your all the details in terms of units, CPM like cost per message for respective channel can be seen here. So another part for this particular Mats is the another is the your secondary where you can track the ledger uses and logs. So simply if user can see all the addition, deduction, and reversal formats on the ledger section. After that uses, so here you can see all the day wise channel specific and all the template specific that uses, the kind of count they have sent for particular channel, the CPM, the recent CPM pieces, and the total actual max used. Now moving to the log section, here all the entry regarding your allocation activities, recharge, your in case of there is any kind of improvisation or there is change in CPM or CPS, that all values will be updated here, which can be referred. So this is like all about Mats in demo piece. Now I'm handing back to Hemant to take us forward.
Thank you, Ved. Math seems to be very interesting. Like unlike before, like I have to add credits for each and every channel. Now with the centralized platform, I can handle or allocate or control my all the channel credits. So next is our biggest milestone for this quarter. In this, we have introduced a new feature called campaign grouping. With campaign grouping, managing your lead sources just become easier. It is designed to give you full control on how your UTM sources values map to the publisher and the traffic channels, all on your terms in real time basis. With campaign grouping, you can create or modify publisher, reassign them into different traffic channels, or even rename the existing channel without any dependency. You decide whether they fall under paid ads, social, offline, or a completely custom channel. Want to onboard a new agency, rebrand a traffic source, or launch a fresh channel like influencer campaign? You can do it with just few clicks live in your Meritto platform. Why we actually build this feature? Previously, your attribution structure are fixed and global. Even a minor change required a Meritto's intervention. Now, the entire campaign structure, mapping, reporting, filtering, automation reflects your strategy and only your strategy. From a reporting perspective, you are no longer constrained to a generic buckets. Want to differentiate between direct versus chat versus influencer campaign? Now you can. As you update group sources, say reassigning a publisher from other campaigns to paid ads, your campaign and admin dashboard update instantly, thanks to the sync attribution logic. In an essence, campaign grouping isn't just about adding a label, it's about transferring the ownership of your campaign structure to you. No rigid defaults, no manual Excel work, and no dependency on us. It's your system, your logic, and your result. Let's look into the demo how it works. Yeah, in order to configure the campaign grouping, you have to go to the settings button. Under the campaign management, you would be getting campaign grouping. In this, you would be getting a list of all the traffic channels which are being configured in the Meritto. If you want to map a UTM source in a particular traffic channel, you just have to navigate and add publisher or referral code. Define the referral name and define the UTM source or the tags from which the leads are coming up. At present, I am adding test 1 and the test 2. And lastly, you have to define the traffic channel as well. Just clicking on the save button, you'll get a pop-up confirmation pop-up wherein you have to click on the yes and write create and sync all leads which are there from this test one or test two source tags. Once you click on the create, a new traffic publisher referral has been created under the traffic channel. You can also have a look, like let's say under the unclassified, I can see the traffic publisher has been added. Now I want to add a traffic channel. I can do it by just clicking on the traffic channel, define the name, and associate the publisher. Click on the save button, again get a confirmation pop-up, and write create and sync all leads. All existing leads which are in the system would be synced in the next bucket. This is how this is as simple as that. Just few clicks, your strategy would be defined by you. Now, moving on to the next slide, I would again request Way to take you over.
Thanks, Evan. Let's now move to something that truly enhances multi-counselor collaboration across entire applicant journey, and that's centralized node. As you all know, enrollment journey vary from institution to institution, and they are often involve multiple steps. There are scenarios where multiple counselor are also assigned in each stages. So with centralized note, what will happen? No matter like what kind of inputs are being shared on the lead manager or lead nurturing stage or the applicant stage, anywhere. So simply there can be just taking an example, there can be a scenario. There is a applicant where nurturing process is going on. So on a primary lead nurturing process, there are some sort of interest or some sort of preference has been shared with counselor one. Now moving to another stage, there can be a scenario where they have lead nurturing part has been completed. After that, their application process or fee process is there. So what will happen? There can be a scenario when counselor 2 is involved or counselor 3 is involved. So again, counselor 2 have to visit all the things or check with the applicant what kind of preference or what kind of details or any particular input they have. So with centralized note, what will happen? We have created a kind of view where all the details, like all the historical details shared by applicant, whether it their preference, interest, or any kind of input they have shared in any particular stage, that can be seen across all the like stage by all the counselor that can be seen. So this is like we have covered with centralized note. So this will give like all the counselors the 100% like 360 communication history view, which will simplify end-to-end journey of applicant without repeating same questions or raising same set of issues with applicant. So that's all about centralized note. Now requesting Heyman to take it forward and give an overview about referral connect.
Thank you, Ved. Audience, if you have any question, feel free to post in the Q&A section. We would be taking all the question at the end of the webinar. Thank you. Now, all right. Moving on to the something that's been a game changer for many of our partner institutions. Referral Connect. Let's face it, managing recommendation letter are always bit a pain. Chasing recommenders, manually checking submissions, and dealing with incomplete application. It actually slows down the things and adds an unnecessary friction to the admission process. That exactly what set out to solve the problem with the Referral Connect. A powerful yet simple add-on to the application automation platform that makes managing referral kernel structured, trackable, and completely automated. With Referral Connect, you can define when and how the referral form should be triggered, whether it is after application submission or after the application fee payment or on-pay submission. That is, once the applicant have defined their recommended details and clicks on the next button, that recommendation details would be triggered. You could also customize the form layout with the fields like drop down, text box, paragraph type field. Whatever you need to make it relevant for your elevation, you can do it by yourself. The recommender does not need to log in or navigate to any portal. They, once the recommendation communication is triggered, they'll get a secure link over the email or WhatsApp, and they have to validate personality, their email or the number by entering the OTP, which they would be getting over the email or the SMS. Totally depends on the channel through which the recommendation form has been triggered. The recommender simply have to click on the link, just enter the OTP, recommendation form would be opened up wherein they could fill in the details and submit. That's it. It's that easy. Referral, the whole process, the whole messy process is just few clicks. To sum it up, Referral Connect brings structure, transparency, and speed to something that's often messy and manual. It's not just about simplifying referral, it's about to make sure nothing stands between the great student and a great opportunity. Let's have a look on the demo how Referral Connect works. Simply. So this demo is divided into four parts. The first is configuring the Referral Connect. In order to do so, you can navigate to Manage Referral Connect or search the Referral Connect in the menu search bar. You have to create a workflow. You can create one of the by click on the add new workflow, define workflow name, and the form on which this referral workflow is dependent on. You have to define the start date or the end date. On this particular window, the referral connect or the recommendation form would be valid. In the second step, you have to define on what particular trigger recommendation communication would be triggered. You can define the applicable on-pay submission, payment approved, or application submission. Then define on what particular email which template should be triggered. You could add up to 5 referrals in a particular workflow. If not required, you can delete it at any point of a time. Clicking on the save and next is a third step wherein you would be defining the layout of the recommendation form. That is the form on which the recommender would be filling up the details. So let's say if I want to add the heading or divider, I can do is just drag and drop into the layout builder. Just dragging the heading into the layout builder, I can define the heading title. Like in this particular case, I am defining the heading as the recommendation details. Just click on the save button, heading is added. Now, if I want to add the fields, you could select from the predefined fields. Like in this scenario, I am dragging the recommender name and dropping the recommender name in the layout. Also, I want to like drag the upload type field. I can do that. It's an upload type field. Just drag and drop into the layout. And also, I can create the new fields. Just click on the add button, define the field title, define what type of the field is. It could be drop down, text cases, date, or upload type. In this scenario, I'm taking as a drop down field. I can define the master data or the custom field values in this particular drop down. If I've selected the custom field, I just have to define the options in a particular row. Clicking on the save button, a new field is created. Just drag that field into the layout builder. Also, I can have a two field in a particular row. After the layout is configured, just click on the save button. Your layout is ready. And this is simplest configuration for the work referral. Now, coming into the next part, how an applicant can fill up the recommendation details. Applicant, while filling up the application form, they could define the recommender name or the email and the other details as well. And once they click on the next button, based on the trigger, recommendation email would be forwarded to the recommender. Once they click on the secure link, they have to write the enter the OTP and click on the continue button, and this is the recommendation form wherein the a recommender would be referring to a particular applicant. They could enter their details, upload the file, and input their input, which would be helpful for the admission team or the admin people to granting or to release the offer letter. Now let's look upon how an admission team can look upon the details. They simply have to navigate to the application manager. They could add the referral connect fields by adding or removing the column. They could also download this data and also can use the workflow automation. They can also view the document which are being uploaded by the recommender for an applicant. So in this way, referral connect works. In and all, referral connect, like at every point of a time, that it is giving the power to recommender or the student to input their things in. So in and all, with this whole process, everything become very structured and the whole messaging become very easy. Now moving on to the next feature. So next is this is something technical but very impactful, specifically for the institution who are handling a high volume of applicant documents. In this, we have introduced the support of SFTP, that is Secure File Transfer Protocol, as an additional way to download document directly from Meritto's application manager to your secure server. This feature is all about speed, automation, and enterprise grade security. For institutions that maintain a secure centralized storage system, Meritto now supports SFTP as a download option. So now, instead of downloading student documents like the traditional way, wherein a user would be downloading, selecting all the applications, downloading the data into their system, then uploading that document onto their server. This was a whole lot of manual effort is involved, and it's a two-step thing. We have simplified the thing. In this, instead of downloading the document to your device, then uploading, you have the option to send them directly to the server securely from the Meritto portal in just one step. No more manual transfer or scatter file. The best part, during the entire process of transferring file from Meritto to the destination server, no one can read, alter, or intercept the document being transferred, making it a perfect solution for the teams with strict data protection or compliance maintained. Now let's have a look how a user can send a file directly from Meritto to the host server. So Sarthak, could you please navigate to the next slide? Yes. For this, you have to navigate to the application manager again by just searching for the manage application in the menu search bar. Just click on the manage application, select the applicant for which you want to send the document. Click on the download document section. You can select the particular file or all the file by just click enabling the toggle and click on the save and next button. You would get the two options: direct download, that is a download file would be downloaded into your system, and the other is the SFTP download. If you have already configured the same, you'll get the predefined list wherein you get the details of the host name. And if you want to add a new SFTP, you could define the host name, SFTP server, SFTP password, SFTP port, and select the user for which this particular configuration would be visible. Just clicking on the next, the things would be automated and it would be done. Start working to transferring the file from the Meritto to the host server. So moving on to the next feature. Now let's talk about something that has been one of the most requested enhancement. And yes, it's finally here. We have introduced the use of application field, both system and dynamic, directly into your reports. Earlier, report builder worked well with the system generated field. But when it comes to deeper customized analysis or using the application form field, things got tricky. You had to rely on the export, work around backend support, and use the Excel, like use the pivot thing, or try to the VLOOKUPs or try to analyze the data. Now, we have solved. You can now build report using any dynamic field from your application form, whether it's an academic background, preferred intake, work experience, or the hostel need. All reports can be made in the report builder. And with this update, both system field and dynamic field can be used together to create a report. All type of fields are handled, that is drop down field, date field, numeric fields, and and everything would be working with this type of field in the report builder. That is, filters would be working, rows and columns and metrics, everything is supported with every type of field. And yes, even the common machine keys, which are being configured in the various form, can be used or can be utilized to create the new report. This enhancement let you answer the question that was previously well annoying hard to answer with an extra effort. How many students are opted for the hostel facility? How are the applicant processing through the each step of the funnel? Whether you're tracking the diversity, academic trend, regional traction, process draw up, now you can do it with the just few clicks, all within the Meritto platform. So uh, to be clear, report builder was already powerful, but this enhancement it becomes your single source of truth for anything related to application insight. Custom field, custom report, zero dependency. This is a data-driven decision making. Build your way. Now moving to wait for the further enhancement.
Absolutely right, said Hemant. The addition of application level fields definitely bring more power and flexibility to your report builder. Now shifting yes, and let's talk about the major global policy updates from the Meta end that directly impacts like how marketing and utility messages are built by WhatsApp. So until June 30th, Meta followed a session-based pricing. So just give let me give example in term when it comes to session-based pricing, what happens? So in case of any particular message has been triggered by 10:20 in the morning, so Meta will create a session for 24 hours, next 24 hours. The same applies for the utility and other also. Now what will happen for next 24 hours, all the messages which were will be relayed or executed, that will be free of cost. But from 1st of July 2025, what happened? Meta has introduced per message pricing. So what it mean by per message pricing? What will happen? So now, in case of any particular message sent on 10:20, another message is sent on 10:22, another is sent on 10:25. So all the messages will be charged, no matter the duration for which particular duration the message has been executed. All the message will be charged for both marketing and utility. But now here Meta have given an exclusion, so there are corner case which Meta have allowed. So in case of any particular service window is active, any particular message has been received from the end user like applicant, in that particular window only utility message can be relayed, and I mean that can be sent, and it will be free of cost. That will be for like session will be for 24 hours. So our Meritto platform is fully aligned with this policy. Our system are already executing the credit deduction in line with Meta updated policies. Now moving back to Hemant to take it forward.
Thank you, Will. Now, moving on to the next feature. In this feature, let's talk about something that brings security and convenience together. Our single sign-on enhancement. If your organization is already using Okta or as an identity provider (IDP) to manage centralized login across the different apps, then this update is made for you. You can now bring Meritto into the same secure ecosystem. With SSO enabled, your user can log in Meritto directly through your existing IDP workspace. No need to manage separate username or password for Meritto. Just one click, you are in. Let's be clear, this does not change how secure Meritto already is. What it does is make the experience more seamless, more consistent, and fully aligned with how your team accesses other enterprise tools. So now this was all about what Meritto have made the changes or the enhancement in this previous quarter. Now moving on to the other section, that is what enhancement or what has been introduced in the Collexo, for which I would request Sarthak to take you forward.
Thanks, Hemant. Yeah, we have had a pretty productive quarter here. and I'm excited to walk you all through four key enhancements that have gone live.
Sabri, I would like to stop you in between. I just wanted to understand what was your favorite thing across all the enhancements which we took, which we have discussed till now.
It definitely was Mio AI. The sort of enhancement, the sort of ease of use that it has, along with the use cases that it solves, it is pretty revolutionary. So yeah, Mio AI was the favorite one for me, definitely.
Definitely, Sarthak. Thanks. What about you,
Yeah.
Ved? Don't be biased. Don't be biased, Ved. What is your favorite?
No, no, Hemant, I would definitely go with Sarthak only. So Mio have like n number of capabilities that is solving like on a day-to-day basis whenever counselor is not there, the kind of questions there can be a scenario. So Mio AI is like best part, and I'm also my favorite is also like Mio AI for this quarter.
Definitely, Sarthak. In fact, Sarthak and Ved, we have got many questions, and Mio AI is answering all the questions. Isn't it great?
Yeah, that's pretty great. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yes,
I would
yes.
request
I've also seen that Mio AI have taken over and responded all the questions. That's pretty
definitely.
impressive.
If audience, if you have any other question, any type of a question, you can just shoot them in a Q&A section. Our Mio is answering the same. Now over to you, Sarthak.
Thanks, Hemant. Yeah, so starting off, the first enhancement that I would like to discuss with you all is JustPay integration. So we have expanded our payment capabilities through a new integration with JustPay. We now support online payments via JustPay across both Collexo and Enrollment Cloud, offering institutes more flexibility when it comes to collecting payments. All online payment methods are supported and work seamlessly. What's also noteworthy is that institutes using Enrollment Cloud can now offer students EMI plans through JustPay's network of 8 loan vendors. This opens up more flexible options for applicants. So let's get into a demo to see how easily your applicants can avail EMI plans using JustPay. So on the checkout page, just click on monthly EMI, select JustPay, and you would be shown the amount for which you would be applying the loan for. Just double check it and click on the continue button. After the user clicks on the continue button, the user would be redirected to JustPay's portal, wherein they would be required to enter key personal information such as PAN number, email ID, date of birth, gender, PIN code, as well as address type. After going to the next step, the user would be required to enter their net monthly income, the applicant's annual family income, as well as the employment type. Once they have filled in that and clicking on the continue button, they would be shown the preview of all the details that they have submitted. After confirming it, by clicking on the next button, they would be required to enter the address details. And based on that, they would be able to select which all lenders they would like to get offers from. Once they select the lender, they would be shown the EMI plans that they are eligible for along with the payment schedules that are available for them. By selecting one of them, they would be redirected to the loan application portal wherein they can apply for a loan application easily. So let's move into the next enhancement. Let's now take a look at the enhancements we have made to Webbooks, focus on improving flexibility and integration capabilities. Institutes can now send settlement data to any of the connected systems, whether it's a student management system, a partner platform, or any external application. You can choose to send daily consolidated settlement data or data for each individual settled transaction, depending on how your operation is structured. This means that if your institute uses an accounting software, you can now send settlement data for each QTR or individual transaction, whichever format aligns better with your reconciliation process automatically. Along with that, we have introduced new tokens to help you customize the structure of your webbook payloads, including tokens that cover offline payment details. So you get a complete and consistent view of all transactions. There's also a new test it functionality to help you validate your integration setup with ease before you go live. Together, these upgrades give you complete control over how your financial data flows, ensuring smoother automation, faster syncing, and better interoperability across platforms. So, let's wrap up with Pixi, one of my personal favorites. I actually use Pixi every day. Whether it's grabbing a quick coffee, tapping into the metro, or using it as my ID, it's genuinely become my go-to. Hemant, are you using Pixi? Maybe share how it fits into your routine. Hemant, you're not audible. Can you just repeat that?
I was just smiling when you mentioned when you were showing the Pixie card. I also just
Your voice is you're again not
grab my
audible,
Pixie
Hemant.
card and show it. Like pro Pixie card is the key.
Okay, yeah. So we have had quite a few webinars focused on Pixi already. Some of you might have attended them. But for anyone who's just tuning in or hasn't had the chance yet, here's a quick refresher. Pixi is our smart prepaid card designed for students. It doubles up as their college ID and also lets them pay online and offline, travel, and even earn rewards on everyday spends. Back in college, I remember having to carry cash, ID cards, and metro cards separately. If my university had Pixi, life would have been a lot simpler and a lot more rewarding. So we have now added video KYC to the Pixi experience. Students can upgrade to full KYC status directly from the app through a quick video call. And once they complete full KYC, they unlock three key benefits. Their Pixi limit increases to up to 2 lakh rupees. 18 withdrawals are enabled, and they can continue using Pixi beyond the 24-month period. So just last week, I was in Ladakh with only my Pixi card on me. I ended up at a place where the shopkeepers only accepted cash. Thanks to the full KYC upgrade, I was able to withdraw cash from a nearby ATM. So Pixi genuinely saved my day.
That's great, Sarthak. Now we are at the end of the webinar. Let's take the questions which are there in the question and answer section. Uh, I think most of the like almost every question has been answered by Mio AI. Oh, that's really a teammate for us as well, Ved and Sarthak. Thank you, Mio AI, for answering the questions to the on a real time basis. Now, if you have any other question in regards to any of the product which we have discussed, you can directly connect with your account manager. They are just a call or a message away. Now, with that, we wrap up our today's edition of Enrollment by Meritto. Thank you all for taking the time, join us, and as we walk you through the key enhancement and the powerful update rolled out in the quarter one of financial year 2025 and 26. From introducing newer AI, MATs, deepening reporting capability to simplified document export, boosting security with Azure SSO, and bringing control to your lead and the referral workflow. And last but not the least, withdrawing cash from the from Pixie card and the video KYC. It's all been helping you to work smarter, faster, and more efficiently. A big shout out to Ved and Sarthak for joining me today, and of course to our entire team who have been working behind the screens to make this innovation possible. And last but not the least, I would also like to thank Mio AI answering all the questions. As always, we are here to continuously evolve the Meritto platform based on your feedback, your goals, and your trust in us. If there is anything specific or you like to explore further, our team are always just a message or a call away. Until then, thank you once again, and we'll see you the next edition of Eliminate. If you want to get information about the next session, you can visit on the Meritto website on a Eliminate page and sign up there, or else you can follow our social media handling when you get a real time basis. So, with this, I would be ending the webinar by saying thank you and have a nice day.